So for those of you that aren't overly familiar with my channel or the history of me as a player, I've primarily played tank in Overwatch, mostly playing Roadhog and Doomfist, moving to Doomfist when he was a DPS because I found him really interesting, but sticking with him when he was a tank because of my familiarity with the tank role. Because of this, I feel very passionate about the role and the characters in it. I love a lot of the characters. Overwatch 2 actually reignited a lot of passion for playing the role, as I didn't really care for playing Sigma in Overwatch 1, but grew to really love him in Overwatch 2. And I find that sometimes I'm very late to finding out that yes, I really do like some of the tanks in this game. That kind of leads me into talking about Hazard a bit. I've grown to really like Hazard. When I first played him during his playtest, I knew I was going to like him, but I didn't think it would be to the extent where he's now my most played character this season, and has slowly been creeping up as the character that I just play. More than Roadhog right now, actually. I usually fall back on Roadhog as I'm not enjoying certain things right now. I can just play Hog and be mindless and have fun, but recently, it's just been... Hazard has really clicked with me. He reminds me a lot of Doomfist in some aspects, given that you move around, and the slash reminds me of actually dealing damage with a Doomfist ability that I haven't seen in, years. But at the same time, you're a mobile tank. Despite the fact that you are kind of slow still, you are a very mobile tank, and it feels great to just move around the map as Hazard. To just go over a few things, Hazard got a shotgun buff while also nerfing his right click when he released. This made him feel a lot better and solidified that I would really like this character for me. I played him a little bit when he was meta, but I still continue to stick with Doomfist due to my familiarity with the hero. As time has gone on in the last few months, and if you've actually followed my Twitter, you'd know that I have not been enjoying Doomfist, and I've actually just kind of been falling off the character for the last little while, due to just how the devs kind of balance him. I don't really think balancing him off Empowered Punch is fun. I made a whole video about it. But I'm not here to make this about Doomfist. I'm here to talk about Hazard and what I like about him. And honestly, his shotgun feels really good to use. Outside the mobility, his shotgun actually punishes people for misplays. You can really punish people hard for getting too close to you. It is a really, really fun weapon to use. It has a horizontal spread as a rectangle, and I think that fits really good with the shape of his gun, and it also feels surprisingly good to use. I was scared it was going to feel like shit, but honestly, you have a lot of room to just shit on someone with it. I think as well, Leap feels great. The damage you get from the slash is honestly a big threat, and is a big part of your punish. Wall is great. Being able to wall people off and also just place it as disruption is great. Some of the perks even tie to it. And his block, being able to do damage and being on a resource feels good. I feel like they should just make Rams also offer resource, but, I mean, hey, what do I know? I actually really fuck with the block because it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's also your only AoE damage tool. So getting in there and using it not only to keep yourself alive, but also to help build your ult is actually something you should be doing, I feel, fairly often. Depending on their comp, of course. Hazard's ultimate is also very impactful if you land it. It's pretty easy to avoid, but also, if you're a slower character, it might be tough. It has a pretty big indicator. It goes through walls. It comes from the sky. It's called fucking, I don't know, downpour. It's pretty solid. It roots you to the ground, kind of like a Junkrat trap, so you can still shoot the Hazard, but honestly, it does a fair bit of damage, so Hazard and his team might be able to clean you up. For me, I just didn't expect myself to like this character so much, and also have him click so nicely into my hero pool, to the point where I just don't have a reason to play Doomfist, because I don't need to rely on my DPS to help follow up on something sometimes. I can just do it myself. I can just say, fuck it, this person's pissing me off, I'm going to remove them from the equation entirely. It feels like I can just do that on Hazard. I feel like I've been able to do that on other characters like Mauga or Roadhog or even Sigma sometimes, or JQ, but these characters have a lot stronger punish games than Doomfist, and Doomfist's punish game entirely relies on Empowered Punch, whereas Hazard, it relies mostly on Slash or using your wall to block someone off from their team. I just think it's been fun to play a tank that has everything I want. Mobility and the ability to actually kill something when I need to. Not just, oh shit, I'm stuck here hoping that someone does something while I play a mobility tank. Because that's how it feels for most tanks that have lots of mobility besides D.Va. And D.Va has the big glaring weakness of beam characters shit on her, Mei shits on her, and I'm not willing to learn that much D.Va because otherwise her playstyle doesn't really interest me. But Hazard has just clicked. Wall climb feels great. Everything about him feels great. I don't know what else it is. Like, he just has everything I could ask for in a character. I'm also hoping that the new tank that they're designing clicks, because I've had this really big urge to play a melee tank, and Reinhardt just does not click with me. I also completely forgot about perks. I was editing this and completely forgot about it, so I'm just going to throw it here. Hazard's perks feel great. I like them. He has off the top, which does 50% more damage on his slash if someone has over 250 HP, which is pretty fucking good on tanks in 66, I will say. Otherwise, Reconstitution I find is better. It just gives you that little extra survivability. It's kind of fucking disgusting to think about, to be honest, and it's not hard to build it. Otherwise, Hazard has his major perks, which are Anarchic Zeal or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest, which is 40% lifesteal off your block. It sounds really good, but 40% is only like 20-something per person in there per second. Since you do like 70 damage per second, listen, I'm not going to do all the math, but like, it's not fantastic. It sounds like it'd be really good and sounds like it'd be scary, but when you have one person in there, it's not really a lot of healing. If you got 2 or more, it's solid. But for every situation that's great in, Deep Leap is just better because you can get out of that situation faster, since it's not just a 20% increase in your distance, but also it feels like it increases your velocity, which means you can just fly out of a situation really fast. Which generally means it's probably better, since you can just sit and block, sure, and get healing, sure, but you could also just escape with Deep Leap and get back to your team and set up again for a different engage, which I feel like is just better. Getting out with mobility means you're not taking any more damage, so I don't know, that just feels better to me. I think the biggest downside to Hazard's release is that he came out and was directly competing with an entire game's release in Marvel Rivals, which kind of fucking blows for him because I feel like it stunts his growth a little bit as a character that could have a solid fan base. I feel like over the course of the next, like, year as Marvel Rivals, like, stabilizes and people either come back to Overwatch or don't care, people are going to be giving Hazard an actual chance. And they're going to realize, oh shit, this character's kind of fun, or go, this character isn't for me, which is entirely fair. I feel like now that he's in a better state and isn't the most overpowered tank in the game, he's still up there, mind you. I'm not going to deny the fact that he's really strong. I'm just saying that he's been nerfed, and he's in a fair state, and I think his general character design is great outside of balance. So I think you should give him a try. I know he's a little bland looking. I know he's not anything like super crazy like Mauga was, but I think it is genuinely worth giving him a chance. He's fun. Don't just look at him and go, oh, it's another Mauga type character. No, actually give him a shot. I'm just saying I feel like he didn't really get that much of a chance because he came out with Marvel Rivals, and you know, I think it's time to give him a serious chance if you haven't. And if you have and don't like him, that's fine. I'm just saying that this has become my favorite character. I don't know what happened. He's just taken over my life. Please help. Please help. Help! Help me! Anyways, hey, thank you for watching the video. If you fuck with it, you know, hit that little sub button. If you don't, go away. I don't want you here. Go away.